Good morning. Happy Monday. Hope you had a good weekend. Wanted to come to you live this morning on this Monday morning, hoping you had a good weekend. And I want to talk to you about something that's been on my heart lately, and it's moving from surviving to thriving. You know, I don't know about you, but life for me um, has not always been easy. I've had challenges in my life, and life at times has come at me pretty hard. And I've learned to stand up and fight for my survival. Um, Challenging times are no stranger to me, and I'm sure that you can say the same for yourself. And yet, I've made it this far. I've developed this sort of resilient, persevering attitude in my life. And I know that I'm talking to some people that can say the same thing. And this is really a wonderful testament. It's a wonderful thing to be able to say that you have the strength and resolve that has enabled you to push through things in your life to become a survivor. However, in this talk today, I want to propose a new ideal. I want to talk to the strong and determined survivor, and I want to suggest taking the next steps beyond the survivor mentality to becoming a person that can thrive. Um, we didn't survive all that we've survived just to say that we did. There's more to it. And I want to talk about that. Why do we fight through so much to get to today? It's not just to say that we got to today and that we're survivors. I want to suggest in this video that we can really build a very powerful life on top of the foundation of being a survivor. And that is moving from surviving to thriving. And so I hope you'll join me in really trying to pull out all the stops. Let's take the strength that we build as survivors and use it to thrive. The word thrive means to grow or develop well or vigorously. I love that definition, the word vigorously, especially. To thrive means to grow or develop well or vigorously. And in these next few minutes, I just want to share a few steps that we can take to move from surviving to thriving, to being a person that is growing or developing well or vigorously. Um, and so, three things. First of all, to thrive, we need to become future focused instead of past focused. And here's what I mean by that. So often, as survivors, um, and I can say this about myself, when I'm in survivor mode or mentality, my life story is based on what I've come through. That's what I think about. That's what I talk about. That's usually the theme of my life. It's where I've been to get here today. And this is for good reason. Sometimes I'm proud of what I've come through, or at least grateful for what I've fought through to get here. Nothing wrong with that. Yet to move from surviving to thriving, I need to change my focus from the past to the future. Here's what I mean by that. When I think about my life, what might I be able to become? Doesn't matter how old you are, doesn't matter what stage in life you are. The change needs to be not what I've come through to get where I am now, but what maybe can I become because of what I've come through? What about what cause I can devote myself to based on my experience? What is my mission in life that I can fulfill, that maybe only I can fulfill because of my life course? So these questions are all future focused. They're all about what I can become, and that is what moving from surviving to thriving is all about. Changing the dialogue from past focused to future focused, to not just what I've come through to get here, but what I can become because of what I've come through. It's a future focus, and that's a total change in mindset from moving from a survivor to a person who's thriving. And so I want to suggest from there the second idea, and that is that we move from the status of being a victim to a victor. And here's what I mean by that. First of all, I'm not minimizing the victim mentality that a lot of us get into as survivors. I've worked with people in all different capacities most of my life, trying to help people work through difficult experiences and turning it around into a productive life. And so I know that there's a place for the victim mentality. We get into a place where we begin to feel sorry for ourselves because of what we've been through, and it's a place of self-love. Sometimes it's a place of self-preservation at work, and sometimes there's a need for that. We need to get into that place of self-love and self-healing, and there's a preservation aspect to the victim mentality. However, we can't stay there. We've got to move out of the victim mentality and into victor. So the victim mentality is that I've been through so much, and if I stay there, the world is against me, and I'm in a place of constantly having to fight off things that are trying to hurt me. The victor is a little different mentality. The victor mentality is that, hey, wait a minute, I've gotten through a lot to get here. I've survived a lot to get here. Guess what? I'm actually a victor. I've won. I've won some battles. I've overcome a lot of obstacles to get where I am today. And so the change in focus from victim to victor is a realization and an awareness that I have actually won. Life has taken shots at me, and I'm still standing tall. I'm a victor. I've won. I'll continue to win. So my attitude changes from being reactive to being proactive. It's not about reacting to what's happening to me. It's about a change in being proactive to what I can do to make a difference in the world. I know who I am. I know what I can become, and I'm going to move into that person and into that mindset, no matter what. And so it's a change in focus. Um, and then thirdly, I want to move from not trusting to trusting, from being afraid to being courageous. One of the things that can happen when I'm in survival mentality is that I am afraid. I become untrusting because I've been hurt. Life has hurt me. People have hurt me. I'm surviving, but I'm not thriving because I'm not able to trust. I'm not willing to take a chance. I've become afraid of life, afraid of taking steps toward maybe rebuilding my life into something meaningful. And so I stay in survival mode. To be a person that thrives, I need to take risks. I need to be willing to step out. I need to be vulnerable to change. I need to take a chance. And so that's a totally different mindset than the person who is a survivor. The survivor in me wants to be cautious, but to be cautious, I will thwart thriving every time. To thrive, I need to be bold. I need to stand up. I need to look at my life right now, the opportunities that are right in front of me, that are presenting themselves to me right now to make a difference. And I need to step out into that and be future focused, be victor focused, and take a chance. And when I do, I may just change the world because I've been through some stuff and I can touch the world in a certain specific way based on what I've been through that maybe nobody else can. And so I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to step out into the opportunity that life has given me today to really make a difference. I'm going to go for it and step into that. That's the mentality of someone who is thriving. It's built on being a survivor, but it's moving from surviving to thriving. Let's go for it. Let's see what we can become. Let's move from past focused to future focused. Let's move from the victim mentality to a victor mentality. Let's move out of not trusting, of being afraid, to being a person that will trust and that will be courageous to take steps toward a great future. And who knows what might happen if we move from being survivors to being men and women and people that can thrive. I hope this video today maybe gives you a little bit of courage to step out into your future and to build on what you've been through as a survivor to become one who thrives. Hope you have a great week. Thanks for listening.